Away we go as Butler wins the opening tap, working left to right as we view the floor here at Sam Butterfield floor. And left to right, right to left rather if you watch on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Down low, Singate goes hard, misses the shot, got her own rebound. Back up top, three ball on the way, no, rims out from Mayberry. Rebounded by Katie Duncan for Hutch. Duncan in the front court to Jaden Wilson, coming off a career high of 14 points, 8 rebounds last Wednesday at Garden City. Here's Noelle Anthon, hands off to Katie Duncan between the legs. Duncan gets bumped, and there's a foul on Aaliyah Green.
Katie!
Coach Naka mentioned Aaliyah Green, former Hutch High product. She lists her hometown as Andover, but she's from Hutchinson.
She is. She moved to Andover her junior and senior seasons and had a lot of success there. Had a whole bunch of success at Hutchinson High School as well.
Here's Whitney Brown on the left side. Guarded by Mayberry up top to Barber. Down the left side of the lane. Off the glass and in. Commander Barber will bank it home. And Hutch on the board first, 47 seconds in.
When these two teams played each other on November 22nd at Butler, Hutchinson was only able to score 15 points the entire first half. So they want to do a lot better than that tonight.
You look at these two head coaches, both really good at their craft as Yarick lines up a three and connects. Keegan Yarick from distance for 22nd and 3 of the season, and Butler leads 3-2. But traditionally, these two are really well known for their defenses.
Hutchinson only gives up 57 points a game. Butler giving up 51 points a game this season.
Here's Kamira Barber on the right side, gets bumped up top, drives it down, throws it down low, and intercepted by Aaliyah Green. Green in the front court, right side off to Singate. She is a motor for this Butler offense. Ashley Singate, former Maine South Maverick. Yarick drives in, has her shot blocked by Barber, and here comes KB back the other way. Barber down the middle of the floor, all the way to the rack, throws up a shot, misses it. It was altered by Green, and into the hands of Singate for Butler. 8:10 to go first quarter, 3-2 Grizzlies. Here's the three ball from Galliard. It's too strong. Rebound, Jaden Wilson. Outlet pass out to Whitney Brown. Brown into the front court on the right side. Backdoor pass cutting as Wilson. Chest pass left side. Barber dials up a three. Got it! Kamira Barber with all 5 points for Hutch. And the Dragons lead 5-3.
All started with a good backdoor cut by Jaden Wilson, and then she spotted her teammate, Kamira Barber, open for the three.
Singate guarded by Katie Duncan. Dribbles to her right. Bounce pass down low. Here's Galliard. Trying to go baseline. Good defense by Wilson. Forces her up top. Mayberry dribbling it to her right. 5 on the shot clock. Pass back up top. Yarick again from outside. No. Rebound. Katie Duncan comes down to Hutch. 7:20 to go first quarter. 5-3. Blue Dragons lead. Jaden Wilson off to Kamira Barber on the right side. Up top, Noelle Anthon, who gives it to Kamira Barber. Right side, Duncan. Quick three on the way from Katie is short. Barely grazed the iron for the right side. And here comes Butler back the other way. Singate all the way in. Drives it to the rack. Layup is good. And Ashley Singate, who averages 12 points tonight, has her first 2.
Both these teams so good defensively. Also, both of these teams traditionally get the best Kansas players in their programs.
Wilson, 18-foot jumper on the way. Splash down for Jaden Wilson. 7-5 Hutch, 6:33 to go in the first quarter. Galliard's left side throws it into the first row, and a Butler turnover gives the ball back to Hutch on a dead ball.
Galliard put up 18 points on November 22nd. She averages a little bit over 9 points a game for the season, but she had a big game against the Dragons in that 56-44 win by Butler.
Jalea Manuel checks in, former Wichita Heights product. We've got 3 former Heights Falcons on the floor here tonight. Brown, left wing off to Kamira Barber. Not all on the floor right now, but 2 of them are. Right wing to Brown. Brown to 3 on the way. Good! Whitney Brown from downtown. Her 25th made 3, and the Dragons double up the Grizzlies 10-5.
Whitney Brown is a player that has to give this program a lot of minutes every single game.
We'll see a lot of Brown tonight. Her twin brother, I should say, Xavier Brown, played for the Butler men. Here's a drive in. Layup is good from Maya Mayberry. Her first points of the game. And it's now 10-7. Hutch leads by 3. 5:40 to play in the first quarter. Left side is Duncan. Katie driving baseline, gets bumped, pass out to Barber. She's already hit one. Can she hit two? Bounces off the rim twice. And then a foul is going to be called on the loose ball rebound. And it will be whistled on Aaliyah Green. And that is her second. So Mike Helmer will go to his bench as he brings in Destiny Smith. And Kinsey Galliard comes back in for the Grizzlies.
That'll really hurt the Grizzlies to have Aaliyah Green pick up 2 fouls so early in this game. She's a 6 foot tall, very athletic player, but she can't help the team when she's on the bench.
RJ Meyer just changed the call. It actually was on Jillian Manuel. So they changed the call, so Green's still stuck with one personal. Right side Brown, 5:20 to go first quarter. Hutch in front, 10-7. Pass intercepted, taken away by Yarick. All the way to the rack, layup is down. Keegan Yarick with 5 for the Butler Grizzlies. And Butler with 4 straight. They pull within 10-9. Whitney Brown, left side off to Kamira Barber. Up top, Noelle Anthon. Noelle puts on the floor, left wing to Brown. Brown dribbling up top. Goes it right corner to Duncan. Duncan down low, trying to go to Anthon. Anthon off the window and in. That is a strong move from Noelle Anthon over the top of Manuel. She puts it in.
Good entry pass and a fantastic pivot to score by Anthon.
12-9 Hutch. Backdoor pass underneath. Ball is loose. Picked back up. Yarick puts up a shot. No. Out of bounds off of Galliard. And that takes us to immediate timeouts. 4:34 to go in the first quarter. 12-9. Hutchinson leading the Butler Grizzlies here in
4 from 3-point range.
Blue Dragons make some substitutions. Kaya Smith as well as Jemai McPherson, Delora Precup, and Whitney Brown, Katie Duncan, the 2 remaining starters, that stay on the floor. Here is Whitney Brown around the ball screen up top by Precup. Delora catches it. She'll hoist up a 3-ball. Banks to Anna. Delora Precup with a quick trigger, and it goes down the hatch for 3. She hit one at Garden City. Well, the Bronc Busters were basically baiting her, saying, take it. She did hit it there. And a 3-ball missed by Yarick, and it's rebounded by Delora Precup here. 15-9 Hutch leads. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Precup has confidence in her perimeter shooting ability.
How about this? Shooting 50% now, 7 of 14.
She should have confidence with those kind of numbers.
12 on the shot clock. McPherson with the headband on tonight. Shemaya between the legs. Dribbles left side. Pulls up from 15. Rims out. Rebounded by Galliard underneath for Butler. Here comes Keegan Yarick. Off to Maya Mayberry. Former Heights Falcon as well. Galliard off to Smith. Former Derby Panther and Destiny Smith. Mayberry 12 to shoot. Dribbling to her right. Now into the paint she goes, creates some separation, goes up, no, but she draws a foul. And look at Jemai McPherson for the first Blue Dragon foul of the night. 3:08 to play in the first, 15-9. Hutchinson leads as Aaliyah Green checks back in. So Green and Smith, who played a lot of basketball growing up together. Kaya Smith for Hutchinson. Leah Green for Butler. Both former Hutch High Salthawks. Second free throw is good. So 1 for 2 at the stripe for Maya Mayberry.
Right now, all 5 players on the court for Butler are Kansas products.
Whitney Brown on the left wing. Up top, Delora Precup. Delora, right side to Katie Duncan. Katie brings up top, goes it back right side. Precup again will hoist it. Oh my goodness! Delora connects again. Her second made on a second attempt of the night.
You know, you can be 6 feet 3 inches tall and still be a good shooter. Delora is proving it.
Percentage over 50% now. Here's a drive in left side. Green turns, shoots over the top, and a foul called on Delora.
That is Aaliyah Green's favorite move ever since I can remember watching her play.
Ashley Singate is back in for Butler, replacing Keegan Yarick. Butler again 18-1 on the season, won 9 straight coming in. Mike Helmer picked up his 400th coaching victory last Wednesday against Coffeyville. He's 400 and 156. First free throw from Green bounces off the back of the iron and out.
This will be Coach Helmer's final season coaching basketball, as he will put all his energy and effort into being the AD.
Second free throw misses as well. Rebound plucked out of the air by Kaya Smith. And more on that point in just a moment. 18-10 Hutch leads, 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. Blue Dragons, who have really struggled shooting from outside the arc in the last couple of games, are on fire so far. They have hit 4 threes here in this opening quarter. 2 minutes to play in the first frame, and it's an intercepted pass deep on the right side by Aaliyah Green. A turnover charge to Jemiah McPherson. Back on the other side, Singate. Bounce pass down low. Green had it poked out of bounds. It will be off of Hutch. And John Hodges says he wants to challenge it. That will give me a chance to talk about that Mike Helmer transition into the athletic director full time, as he took over for Todd Carter as of. There go Jason LaFasciano saying it will stay with Butler. So now the Blue Dragons lose a challenge and a timeout. So a 30-second timeout gone for the Blue Dragons. Minute 49 to play, first quarter, 18-10. Hutchinson leads. Inbounds pass coming from Mayberry up top to Singate. Dribbling to her left. Picks up her dribble. Back on the near side. Mayberry 12 to shoot. Guarded by Whitney Brown. Galliard, 17-foot jumper, is short. Rebounded by Delora Precup. 90 seconds remain here in the first. 18-10. Hutchinson leads.
Grizzlies are in a 2-3 zone.
Brown on the near wing to Kamira Barber. Brown splits defenders. Whitney pulls up off balance from 16, misses. Rebound fought for. Whitney tracks it down. Back up top here to McPherson. Shovels it left side Barber. KB driving baseline. Dumps it off to Smith in a congested lane. Back up top McPherson. Now Brown. Right corner. Wide open. Barber 3. Short. Rebound Precup. An offensive board. Bounce pass out to Barber. KB. There's a collision. And it's into the hands of Galliard for Butler. Down the head. Green. At the right. Block goes up. Misses. Rebound Kaya Smith. Under 40 seconds remaining here in the first. 18-10. Hutch with an 8-point advantage. Left side, Kamira Barber. Barber up top to Jemiah McPherson. Dumps it left side to Barber. KB skips across the floor, intercepted by Green. That's the second time Aaliyah Green has a steal in the first quarter. Bounce pass ahead. Green running the floor and lays it in. Great feed from Smith, and Green scores it. First point for Aaliyah Green, 18-12. Hutch lead is down to 6 with 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Brown with 5, left side Barber with 3. KB step back 3, no, too strong. And it goes out of bounds with a 1/10 of a second. But Hutch cannot do anything with it besides just throw the basketball inbounds. And our first quarter will come to a close here in just a second. Hutchinson, the 18th ranked Blue Dragons, leading the 8th ranked Butler Grizzlies by a score of 18-12. McPherson goes in bounds. That will do it. So 18-12, Hutch leaves after the first. Booth, you're listening on Blue Dragon Radio Network. Average out rebounding their opponent by nearly 10 boards per game.
Certainly a completely different night here on Monday than it was back on November 22nd when, if my memory is right, the Dragons only scored 6 points in the first quarter of that game.
It's a game that Hutch battled back, and then at the midway point in the fourth quarter is when Butler really kind of pulled away in that game. Here's Katie Duncan, right wing 3. Too strong, rebounded by Aaliyah Green. Just underway, second quarter, 18-12. Hutchinson leads by 6. Bounce pass to Destiny Smith, guarded by Jemiah McPherson. Smith up top. Now a nice feed down low. Yark misses, got her own rebound, and then fouled on the way up. And she will shoot 2. They'll get Kamira Barber. They're going to get Jaden Wilson, but it is on Kamira Barber, her first. And that will send Keegan Yarrick to the line for 2.
It was a good cut that set up an opportunity for the Grizzlies to score.
Yark, a second-team all-conference selection last season. Averaged 12.6 rebounds as she played in 31 games, making 27 starts. Former Fort Scott High School Tiger. Second free throw rims out. 18-13 is our score. Katie Duncan up top to Jemiah McPherson. Left wing lobs it over to Kamira Barber. Back up top, McPherson. She'll hoist up a long three, and it's short and wide right into the hands of Aaliyah Green. Blue Dragons holding on a 5-point lead. Hutch again was 4 for 8 from distance in that first quarter. Also shot 50% total from the floor. Here's the three ball on the way. No good. Rebound, Jaden Wilson. Lost it. She goes down to the ground. Destiny Smith is going to be called for a foul as she jumps over the back and onto Jaden Wilson. Those two former teammates at Derby High School. But Destiny Smith called for the foul, her first. Mike Helmer asking Jason LaFasciano about a loose ball foul.
If I remember right, Destiny Smith started out at Newton.
That's right. Good memory.
Well, you know, I question it every time a thought goes into my head.
Here's Noelle Anthon trying to rifle a pass down low to Jada Wilson. It's not there, taken away by Singate. Here comes Ashley Singate down the right side of the lane. Back up top. 90 seconds into our second quarter. Fadeaway jumper, rims out. Katie Duncan with the rebound. Duncan ahead to Anthon. Tapped back by Yark and taken away in the hands of Destiny Smith. Another Blue Dragon turnover.
6 turnovers committed by Hutch.
Green on the left side. 8:05 to go in the first half. 18-13 Hutch holding on to a 5-point lead. Here's a baseline drive up and under. Shot miss. Rebound Jaden Wilson. Here comes Whitney Brown in the front court. Brown dumps it off right side. 3-ball. Katie Duncan in and out. Halfway down before it popped back out. Green with the rebound. Here comes Yarrick. Back to Green. Green goes around Anthon. Missed the shot. Rebound. Put back. No. And now it's boarded by Kamira Barber. The box outs here tonight by Hutchinson have been superb in this first half so far, Coach Knapp.
They really have. And then they've been really hustling after the basketball and grabbing it with 2 hands.
Left side is Duncan. Back up top, Kamira Barber. Now Whitney Brown. Brown driving in. Floats up a shot and hits from the right side.
That was a beautiful shot by Whitney Brown. So nice to have a point guard that can handle the ball, distribute it, and score.
Sorry, Coach Knack had talked to Whitney earlier, and I said, all right, who's going to have more points tonight? You or your brother in the men's game? And she said, oh, it's definitely going to be me. She said, I've been a slump lately, and I've got to get through that and will tonight. And she's off to 5 points in the early going as a legal screen will be called on Siniakova. And that is her first and the second team foul whistled on Butler here in the second quarter.
Not only is Whitney's brother, it's a twin.
Yes, twin brother, yep. He will play for Butler men later on tonight.
If I remember right, Whitney's a few minutes older than her brother.
Noelle Anthon down low, puts it down the hatch on an assist from Kamira Barber. Noelle Anthon now has 4 and Hutch lead 22-13. 6:35 remaining in the first half. Here's a step back, 3-ball, Singate splash. 5 points for Ashley Singate, her 6th made 3 of the season. 22-16. Second made 3 of the game for Butler. Here's Whitney Brown, dribbling to her left, looking for something. Whitney's just going to pull up for 3. Bounces off the rim and over the backboard. And Blue Dragons really did not run any offense right there.
One of those where if Whitney Brown hits the 3-point shot, you just go back and sit down as a coach and say, good job. But since it didn't go in, and he was calling out a set that just never happened, that's not good.
4 minutes elapsed here in our second quarter. Here's Mayberry, guarded by Jaden Wilson. Dribbles to her right. Mayberry drives in, puts up a shot.
Oh, my.
A circus shot goes down, and a foul is called as well. Chance at a 3-point play Foul on Jaden Wilson, her first.
That was really a tough finish.
It was. Maya Mayberry now with 5 points. Chance to make it 6 here.
Mayberry absorbed quite a bit of contact and was still able to score.
Free throw good. 22-19. Hutchinson's lead is down to 3.
Grizzlies might be going man-to-man this trip.
That's what it looks like, at least as of now. So Brown brings it into the front court. It will be Anthon dribbling to her right. Hands off to Kamira Barber. It was deflected momentarily by Smith. Ball is loose and still loose in the backcourt and is ripped away by Yarick. Bodies on the ground. Mayberry comes away with it for Butler. 5-on-4 momentarily for the Grizzlies. Here's Singate, drives it in, layup no. Rebound offensive, put back, it's good from Ashley Singate. She has 7, and Butler within 1 at 22-21.
Singate was absolutely tenacious on that trip.
8 straight scored by the Grizzlies to pull within 1. Whitney Brown, right wing to Katie Duncan. A love for a Katie Duncan 3 here. Or Whitney Brown will do the same as she misses from the right side. And a jump ball on the rebound, possession area to the Grizzlies. And Butler will have a chance at the lead. Now this next possession, but first immediate timeout. Please get the basketball out of this timeout and have a chance at the lead on this next possession. Blue Dragons will have Kamira Barber, Jaden Wilson, Whitney Brown, Noelle Anthon, and Katie Duncan. So the original starting 5. Butler also countering with 4 of their 5 original starters. The only one not is Destiny Smith, who is out there right now. For Leah Green, who's lone starter that's not out there. 10 on the shot clock. Right side, jumper on the way, misses wide right. Rebound by Kamira Barber. Barber down the middle of the floor. 22-21 Hutch leads. 4:20 to go in the half. Jaden Wilson left side. Katie Duncan. Up top to Whitney Brown. Brown, right wing to Kamira Barber. Bounce pass down low to Wilson. Wilson turns, shoots off the glass, and it rims out. Off the front of the rim after it went off the backboard. Back come the Grizzlies of Butler. Pass near wing to Yarick. Yarick up top. Smith thought about the 3. Guarded by Duncan. Smith around a ball screen set. Up top. Here's the handoff. Right wing is Singate. 10 to shoot. Singate turns. She's in trouble. Hands it off. Yarick for 3. No. Rebound, Kamira Barber.
Good man defense by Katie Duncan on the ball.
Kamira Barber with the basketball. Lobs it, trying to go down low to Anthon, and it's taken away. Yarick providing the pressure from behind. Smith down low. An offensive foul is going to be called on Destiny Smith as she barrels over Katie Duncan.
Katie Duncan, the previous trip, excellent on-ball defense on a stance, shuffling her feet. And then after the turnover, Katie Duncan sprinting back to beat her opponent to the spot and take the charge.
22-21 Hutch still leading by 1. Delore Precup is in. Noelle Anthon is out.
All of Australia is celebrating that charge taken by Katie Duncan.
Whitney Brown into the front court, off to Kamira Barber. KB dribbling to her right, feeds it off to Whitney Brown. Brown 10 to shoot. Whitney dribbling up to her left. Still trying to figure out this Butler defense. 4 on the shot clock. Barber has to get a shot up with 2, with 1. KB for 3. No. Wide left. Rebound. Fought for. Out of bounds. It will be Butler basketball. On the dead ball rebound.
Coach Helmer switching up defenses. Sometimes that confuses opponents, and it really made it difficult for the Dragons that trip.
Mentioned Katie Duncan's defense, and she's been superb again here tonight, but she really struggled offensively out of Garden City, which is 2 for 13. She finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds, but she was a menace on the defensive end. Had 8 steals.
She's so fast.
Jumper rattles around, and down it goes for Maya Mayberry. And Butler has the lead with 2:32 remaining here in the first half. 23-22. The Blue Dragons have went over 4 minutes without a point.
That's what Butler defense will do. They'll go through stretches where opponents just aren't able to score.
Pass down low, going for a pre-cup, went out of bounds and off of Butler. A couple of Grizzly players telling Mike Helmer, go ahead and challenge that. He does not. 2:16 to play in the first half.
17 on the shot clock.
Barber to throw it in. Kamira throws up top to Katie Duncan. Katie dribbles once, pulls up from 18 and got it to go. Katie Duncan with her first points of the game. Hutch back in front, 24-23 as it ends a 10-0 Butler run. Great to see that shot go down. You saw she passed off on a three-point attempt. Just took that one dribble inside the three-point line and knocked it down. Back on their side. Here is a three knocked down by Maya Mayberry. 26-24 Butler.
Mayberry with 10 points.
Returner from last year's team. This is a Butler team that had 8 returners from last year's squad. Here's a drive in. Barber misses. Rebound. Butler. Here's Sienna Lewis. Lewis up top to Mayberry. Minute 23 to go in the first half. 26-24 Butler leads.
Stat sheet shows Mayberry with 14. I might be off.
Here's a shot. Misses from the left side. Rebounded by Delora Prekup. As we approach a minute to play here in half number 1. Prekup. She's already hit 2 threes. Can she make it 3? Oh, baby. Delora Prekup with her 3rd tray of the first half.
The pride of Sadomari, Romania. Now at Hutchinson Community College, putting up threes.
How about that? 3 for 3. 12 on the shot clock. Hutch back in front, 27-26 after Prekup's tray. Here's a drive in. Smith denied by Prekup. She blocks the shot of Aaliyah Green. 30 seconds remain here in the first half. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Whitney Brown with the waist-high dribble. Now John Hodges calls out the set. Right side, Kamira Barber. Brown, left side to Duncan. Katie, cross-court pass to Barber. Kamira with 4 to shoot. Left side, Duncan. 3-ball short. Rebound tapped out. Duncan gets it down low. Prekup off the glass and in. And the opening half of play. Thanks for joining us here this evening. Randy McKay back in our KHUT studio. This has been a terrific game here in the Jayhawk Conference between 2 top 20 teams. 18th ranked Hutch, 8th ranked Butler. Blue Dragons again with a 3-point lead. Blue Dragon basketball to start. Half number 2. Left side, Kamira Barber. Bounce pass into Wilson. Right back to Barber. Nice feed underneath. Noelle Anthon, who lays it in. Perfectly executed to start half number 2.
Outstanding way to attack that 2-3 zone.
Lead is 5, 31-26. First 30 seconds here of the second half. Left side is Maya Mayberry. Mayberry out to Kinsey Galliard. Leah Green off to Keegan Yarrick. Yarrick dribbling to her right, back up top to Green. Green attacks left side, goes in, kicks it left corner. 3-ball, Mayberry, good.
Mayberry carrying the scoring load for the Grizzlies. 17 points now.
She is 2 points off of tying her career high. She has scored in single figures in 5 straight after 17 at Barton, so that ends here tonight. She has been on a heater. 31-29. Here's Whitney Brown. Goes to left side. Kamira Barber trying to answer back. She does. KB for 3. 34-29. Hutch leads. 8:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Galliard to Green. Green, 1 dribble. Good defense by Katie Duncan. Singate has it. Bounce pass to Galliard. Galliard, 17-foot jumper, good.
Wow, these teams are playing good basketball to start the third quarter.
It's almost identical to the first quarter. Both teams were playing really good offensively in that first quarter, and then it was more of a defensive effort in that second quarter. Jaden Wilson over to Kamira Barber. Dumps it down right back to Wilson. Misses left-handed layup. And just rimmed out. I think Wilson was surprised how much open space was in front of her. Here's the 3-ball, Mayberry again. She's got a new career high. 20 for Maya Mayberry. And we are tied at 34.
It appears to me that El Dorado is going man after made baskets and zone otherwise.
Whitney Brown between the circles. Chest pass right wing to Kamira Barber. Back up top, Katie Duncan. Now to Whitney Brown. 10 on the shot clock for Whitney. Guarded by Mayberry. Brown has to work quickly with 4. Brown drives in. She gets bumped, and a foul will be called on Maya Mayberry. That very fortunate call for the Blue Dragons because the shot clock was down to 2, and it was a very difficult spot for Whitney Brown on that far side.
Really appreciate the officials working this game as a rescheduled game at the last minute, and it's been really well played. Haven't been very many fouls called.
Talked to Supervisor of Officials Gary Pauls, who was in attendance, and he said it has been difficult to find officials for all these games that were moved. Here's a shot missed, now twice, and then a foul called on the rebound. They get Barber. Yes, they do. Kamira felt like she was being held, and they get her for her second personal foul.
We appreciate the conference office and everybody associated with it. They have to take care of a lot of details, and they do it very well.
Under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, tied at 34. And we kind of got a glimpse of that earlier. Gary Pauls was talking about it. It's a 3-ball again. Mayberry got it to go.
She is on fire.
23 for Maya Mayberry.
5 3-point baskets.
Including 9 points here in the second half alone. She's hit 3 threes. 37-34, Butler leads. That is the biggest lead of the game for the Grizzlies. Here's Kamira Barber. Gets bumped, tries it left side, drives into the lane, misses the shot, rebounds, and a foul is called, and I believe it's going to stay with Hutch. Yes, it will, though. We'll get Keegan Yarrick with the foul.
Difference in this quarter so far, Sean. Butler with those 3 3-point shots, and Hutchinson has missed about 3 easy opportunities under the basket so far.
Whitney Brown to throw it in. Whitney gets it out to Katie Duncan. Up top, Jaden Wilson. Now Noelle Anthon. Back to Brown on the near side in front of the Blue Dragon bench. Brings it up top. 13 to shoot. Barber crosses over. Guarded by Yarrick. KB spins, and a travel will be called.
10th turnover committed by Hutch.
6:06 remaining in the third quarter. 37-34. Butler with the lead.
Remarkably, Butler has only committed 2 turnovers so far tonight.
They're a team that averages 12. Just under 13 turnovers per game. Here's Mayberry, left elbow jumper. This one rims out. Maybe she'll stick to the 3-point shooting. Here's Katie Duncan. Duncan hands off to Whitney Brown. 20 to shoot, 5:40 to go in the third. Hutch trailing by 3 after leading for nearly 17 minutes in the first half. Here's Anthon. Near wing to Barber. KB splits defenders, had the ball poked free, and it's taken away by Green. Nobody's in front of Aaliyah Green all the way to the hoop. Layup is good.
It's hard to catch Aaliyah Green. She is fast with those long strides.
39-34 Butler. It is now 10 straight scored by the Grizzlies after Hutch went in front 34-29. So a pair of 10-0 runs in this game, one in each of the last 2 quarters for the Grizzlies. 10 on the shot clock for Whitney Brown. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brown looking for something with 4 seconds to shoot. Brown hoists up a 3. No, as it goes out of bounds and a shot clock violation. And that takes us to immediate timeout. 4:47 to go in the third quarter. And now trailing Butler as Butler has outscored the Blue Dragons 13-5 here in the first 5 minutes and 13 seconds of half number 2. Blue Dragons will have Katie Duncan, Jaden Wilson, Whitney Brown, Jemiah McPherson, Delora Precup, the 5 on the floor for Hutch CC. As Hutchinson looking for something here in the second half. Here's a jumper from the right elbow, rims out, rebound. Jada Wilson got clotheslined as she hits the deck, and a foul will be whistled on Keegan Yarrick. Number 2 on her.
Coach Honches certainly brought some energy to that media timeout.
Blue Dragons, especially offensively here in this third quarter, kind of go back to that second quarter. Just kind of a lull out there. Not much going as Katie Duncan misses a three-pointer. And Ashley Singate rips down the rebound. Singate right side of Yarick. Bounce pass down low to Green. Green backs her way down. Misses a shot off the bottom of the backboard. And Jaden Wilson comes away with it. Here comes Whitney Brown. Up top, Jaden Wilson. Left wing to Katie Duncan. Duncan to Cutting Brown. Brown down low. Pre-cup. Misses the left-handed shot. Rebound. Yarick tracks it down. And it will be Butler basketball. Again, that's now 4 or 5 missed opportunities in the paint for the Blue Dragons here in this third quarter. A lot of contact, nothing called. Here comes Katie Duncan. 3-on-2. Left side, McPherson. Blue Dragons need a 3, and they will get it. The rainbow 3 comes down for Jemiah McPherson.
That was a huge basket because Butler had some momentum going.
That ball hung up in the air for a good 3-4 seconds before it came down. 12 to shoot here for Butler. Here's Galliard dribbling to her left. Feeds it off. Taken away by Katie Duncan. Another steal for Katie Duncan. Outlet pass ahead to McPherson. Jemiah into the paint. McPherson goes up. Rims out. Rebound. Butler. Galliard comes away with it. Ahead is Mayberry. Left side is a travel. Shuffled her feet. And it goes back to Hutch with 3:02 to go in the third. Dragons trailing 39-37.
For 25 minutes, the Grizzlies only committed 2 turnovers, and now they've committed 3 turnovers in the last 90 seconds. Go figure.
There's also a flop warning called on somebody on the Blue Dragons. I believe it's Jemiah McPherson. Jason LaFontiano was telling the scores table. I believe it went back to that last possession. 2 possessions ago when McPherson hit the deck. Left wing, Katie Duncan up top to McPherson. Jemiah to Whitney Brown. Brown down low to McPherson. Couldn't get possession, and then throws it away. Ahead is Singate in the front court for Butler. Singate pushes off. Oh, a blocking foul is called on Katie Duncan.
Were both officials calling it the same way?
That's a good question.
Both officials blew their whistle at the same time. I thought it was a block.
Yep. As Kamira Barber will check back in. 2:38 remaining. McPherson checks out. Hutchinson trailing 39-37. Here's Singate on the right side. Back to Mayberry. Right corner 3. Oh, goodness gracious. Maya Mayberry with another 3. She has 26 points.
Might be time to start face guarding Maya Mayberry. She's hitting everything she's shooting.
Her 4th made 3 of this quarter.
She was 8 out of 10 from the field at the last media timeout.
Down low, Duncan lays it in with the left hand on a assist from Whitney Brown. 4 points for Katie Duncan, and Hutch within 42-39. 2 minutes to play in the third. Here's Singate down the right side. Shot blocked by Precup. And who's the foul on? Is it on Delora? Yes. Ooh. Minute 57 remaining in the third.
We still haven't shot a free throw yet. 0, okay? We're driving to the foul.
First free throw here from Singate is good. Here John Anshu is talking to R.J. Meyer. R.J. Meyer's not hearing any of it.
I'll call there.
Second free throw good. So both free throws knocked down. 44-39, minute 57 remaining in the third. John Anshu is talking to R.J. Meyer about no free throws taken by the Blue Dragons here tonight.
Well, sometimes it just works out that way. I mean, the officials are calling what they see.
That's an indication. Blue Dragons have got to drive in, go right at the teeth of that Butler defense. And there's a foul on the rebound. It will be on, let's see, they will get on Siniakova. Siniakova with her 2nd personal foul. 4th team foul on Butler, so the next foul on the Grizzlies is 2 shots for Hutch. Minute 36 remaining in the third. Barber inbounds to Brown deep in the left corner, and there's a foul. It will be the first free throw attempt of the night coming at the 1:34 mark as Whitney Brown will head to the free throw line. Foul on Maya Mayberry. That's her 2nd. as Kaya Smith will check in, replacing Jaden Wilson.
Really difficult to upend the number 8 team in the country without scoring 10 or 15 points from the free throw line.
At least getting there and having those opportunities. First free throw from Whitney Brown is good. Hutch down 4, 44-40. Second free throw coming. No good. Rebound, Kaya Smith. Smith back out to Brown. See if Hutch can capitalize on an offensive rebound. Brown dribbling to her right. Ball screen set by Prekamp. Brown dribbles in, throws it to Kaya Smith. Smith throws up a shot from the foul line. No, it's blocked by Siniakova, and it's taken away by Maya Mayberry. Ahead is Singate. Minute 10 to go in the third. Here's Singate. Right side, pass deflected. Ball is loose. On the ground, Kaya Smith. Great hustle. Get to the head to dunk it. Katie bounce pass ahead to Whitney Brown. Brown to the cup. Layup is good.
Brown had to hang in the air to avoid the defender and let her fly by.
That gives the Blue Dragon fans something to cheer about. Blue Dragons within 2 with 50 seconds to play in the third. 44-42, Butler.
We got a basketball game on our hands at the sports arena. Monday night basketball is looking pretty good.
Siniakova hands off to Mayberry. Mayberry dribbling to her right, into the paint, all the way, up and under, lazy with the left hand.
Wow, she's just doing everything right tonight.
She is locked in 28 points. And now a tee has been issued to John Hodges. And he is furious, being held back by Travis Kirk. Wow. So John Hodges has been teed up, being held back by Travis Kirk.
Although Coach Kirk was getting his 2 cents.
Might as well.
And he was multitasking, holding back Coach Hodges and letting the official know what he thought should have been called.
And now Ryan Stork and RJ Green. This is the longest discussion about technical foul. Travis Kirk said, don't say it anymore. And tell our listeners what he said is John Hodges told RJ Meyer that he missed a call, and RJ Meyer said yes, I missed it. And then pops John Hodges with a tee.
I missed shit like that.
23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hutch now down 5, 47-42, make it 48-42. So it ends up being a 4-point possession and a chance to make it more here. So Hutch down 6, 23 seconds remaining in the third. Right when Hutch got within 44-42, and now a stoppage of play. And now Ryan Stork and Jason LaFasciano getting together. And it was a quick peek at the shot clock. It was at 20, which that is what happens if it is in the front court. So now all 3 officials getting together. Again, Gary Pauls, the supervisor of officials, is in attendance. And
Two free throws.
so now they'll put it back at 20 on the shot clock, which that's what we were at.
Yeah,
So
I think that makes sense.
a great job by the table getting that correct. And now the shot clock is at 20. I don't know what we're waiting. All right, we resume play Butler basketball.
In all the excitement, I forgot what happened before the technical foul.
Ask me a second. Here's Mayberry for 3. No. Rebound, Kaya Smith. 8 seconds to play in the third. Hutch down 48-42. 5 seconds to play. Here's Brown. Brown hands off to Smith. Kaya for 3. Short. Rebound, Destiny Smith. And that ends the third quarter. Fourth quarter, when we return to the Hutch Auto Body. And again, go back to that. That was basically a 4-point play. And then Butler now gets a basketball to start this fourth quarter. So it's a huge swing in the final minute of that third quarter into the fourth quarter.
I thought at the college level, the technical foul was point of interruption. And if Hutchinson had the ball, they should have kept the ball. after the 2 free throws from Butler.
Green to her right. Back over to Destiny Smith. Heck, they just went up 46-42 at that point. Hutch had the basketball in their half court. Ball is loose, out of bounds off of Whitney Brown. It will stay with Butler, 6 to shoot. Blue Dragons down 6. This matches the largest lead of the game for Butler. Hutch led by as many as 9 back in the second quarter. Inbounds pass to Destiny Smith. 3 is blocked by Kamira Barber. What a block there by KB. Here comes Whitney Brown, left side to Duncan. Passed up on a 3, driving baseline. Wraparound pass to Barber. KB for a 3, no. Rebound is going to be brought down by Yarick.
We are going to see some big-time intensity the next 9 minutes, folks.
Heat check for Mayberry does not go. Rebound, jump ball, Hutch basketball. 9:11 to play. Maya Mayberry, she has been feeling it in the second half. Is 6 of 8, now 6 of 9 from behind the arc. She has 30 points in the game. Talora Precup is out, as well as Kaya Smith. Hutch will have the original starting 5. Wilson, Brown, Duncan, Precup, and Barber on the floor.
Hutch 7 of 20 on 3-point shots, but 3 of those were by Precup. If you throw out Precup, the rest of the team is only 4 out of 17.
Here's Anthon. She's in trouble. Bounce pass near side, and Katie Duncan has it. We nearly had it in our laps. Duncan driving into the lane all the way. She got hammered on the way in there. And now Kamira Barber saves it underneath. Barber wrap around to Duncan. Katie had a poke free. Ball is loose. Body's on the ground, and they have a foul on Katie Duncan.
However this game turns out, you just love to see the way these two teams are playing with passion.
A lot of players have been on the ground here tonight. 8:40 remaining, 48-42. Blue Dragons down by 6. Again, a lot of basketball still to be played. Singate on the left side, back up top. 3-ball, Gallier, no. Rebound, Anthon comes down with it. Outlet out to Katie Duncan, left side. Duncan, left corner, Brown for 3. Good! Whitney Brown from downtown. 11 points for her, and Hutch back within 3. 48-45 Butler, 8:08 remaining. Here's Singate, dribbling to her left. Singate drives it in, contact, nothing. Rebounded by Katie Duncan. Hutch has a chance to tie on this possession with a 3-pointer. Brown, down low, Anthon catches, shoots and scores to the right block. Anthon scores it. She has 8, Hutch within 1, 48-47.
The Sports Arena crowd is getting into this game now, too.
And you can... .7:30 and counting to play here in the Sports Arena. 48-47. 18th ranked Hutch trailing 8th ranked Butler. Here's Galliard. 6 on the shot clock. Right side, Yarick dials up a 3. In and out, rebound, Noelle Anthon. Hutch has a chance at the lead with the basket on this possession. Anthon, left wing, Kamira Barber. Barber, up top to Katie Duncan, near wing to Whitney Brown. 7 minutes remaining. 48-47 Butler. Brown with the right-handed dribble. Now dribbles it to her left. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Barber with 6. With 5, KB's got to work. Barber to Anthon. Turns near side. Duncan for 3 to beat the horn. It's short. It was on line, just short.
Had Katie Duncan made that 3, the arena would have erupted.
Mayberry drives baseline. Kick out to Yarick. Back up top, Singate. Right side, Mayberry again. Her 7th made 3 of the night for Maya Mayberry. 33 points, I should say. And Butler back in front, 51-47.
Mayberry is 7 of 9 on 3-point shot attempts.
came in 31 of 99. Here's Kamira Barber dribbling to her right. Barber off to Duncan. Wants a ball screen. Anthon will set one. Katie dumps it down low. Anthon turns, shoots. She got hit. And there's a foul on Aaliyah Green. Number 2 on Green. As Destiny Smith will check back in for Butler, replacing Kinsey Galliards. So Anthon at the line, she'll shoot 2. 5:59 remaining. Hutchinson down by 4. First free throw for Noel is good. Blue Dragons now 2 of 3 from the charity stripe this evening.
Hutchinson showed a little bit of a 2-3 zone the last. Let's see what they do this time.
Second free throw is nothing but nylon. 5:59 to play, 51-49. Hutch down 2.
Coach Honches was going to go to a 2-3, and I think he changed his mind and went straight man.
Here's Smith. Thought about the 3, puts it on the floor. Former Derby teammates down low. Here's Green, misses shot. Rebound. Fought for, out of bounds, off of Butler, or rather, yeah, off of Butler. It'll be Blue Dragon basketball. 5:42 showing on the clock. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Blue Dragons' only technical use timeout was on the lost challenge. Whitney Brown on the left side, down low. Katie Duncan. Up top to Anthon, 12 to shoot. Noel, backdoor pass, cutting is Duncan. Katie turns, shoots, rims out, rebound into the hands of Yarick for Butler.
Had a good look, just didn't go.
Mayberry drives in, ball poked free from behind. They'll get a foul on Brown.
Is that just her first?
That is. So Whitney will check out. Jemiah McPherson is in. So it's Wilson, Anthon, McPherson, Barber, and Wilson. The 5 on the floor for Hutch.
My guess, Whitney Brown won't be on the bench very long.
Right side, Mayberry, guarded by Barber. 15 on the shot clock. Barber, or rather Mayberry, 3 ball, short, rebound McPherson. One of the smallest players on the floor comes down with the rebound. Jemiah down low to Anthon. Noel turns, fading away, shot blocked, but a foul is called on Aaliyah Green.
Takes us to the media timeout, unless we've already used it.
We should have another floater, though. There we go. We already had the floater. This is the under 5. 4-4. Colorado, I'm Sean Boston. Randy McKay is in our KHET studio. A rare number. The Blue Dragons are 0-3 this season against ranked opponents. Does not happen very often under John Honches. Trying to pick up their first ranked win of the year here tonight. First free throw misses by Noel Anthon. Too strong.
Well, Maya Mayberry for Butler is certainly having a career night with 33 points.
Especially after she had been struggling here in the last 5 games. Anthon knocks down the second, 51-50. Hutch down by 1. Down low. Here's Singate. Underneath the basket, looking, kicks it in the left side, and it's off the hands by Mayberry. She was looking to shoot, and she did not catch it cleanly first as it goes into the Butler bench. And a turnover, Grizzlies, they're 8th.
Blue Dragons are winning the rebounding battle, and the Grizzlies are winning the turnover battle.
51-50, Butler, 4:25 to play. Here's Jemiah McPherson. Noel Anthon. Anthon dribbling to her right, picks up her dribble, bounce pass up top to McPherson. Jemiah between the circles. Crosses over left side, hands off to Barber. 7 to shoot, down low. Anthon had not turned around, Barber threw it away. 4 minutes remaining. Singate into the paint, steps back near side of Mayberry. Mayberry drives it in. Puts up a shot, no. Offensive rebound, jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Butler.
As expected, Whitney Brown is returning for Hutchinson. Both these coaches have scouted their opponents so well on film. no surprises. It's just a matter of who can execute the best.
And Butler 18-1. Their lone loss came on the road at Garden City. They do have the biggest win of the season in the conference. That was on the road or at home against then number 1 Dodge City, handing the Conks their lone loss on the year. 5 to shoot. Here's Mayberry dribbling to her right. Drives the right side, lost it out of bounds to the Blue Dragons. .335 remaining. Hutchinson down 1. Whitney Brown with the right-handed dribble. Bounce past the high post, caught by Wilson. Back near wing to Brown. Brown up top to Duncan. Katie drives it left side. Pass deflected and taken away, but hold on a second. A foul is called on Katie Duncan's pass. It will be on Butler. Kenzie Galliard whistled for the foul. Baseline throw in for the Blue Dragons, down 1. Kamira Barber will throw it in. Barber looking, that's the second time that's happened where Brown and Duncan have collided on the left side. Fortunately for the Blue Dragons, they keep possession. Barber drives it into the paint. KB goes up strong, missed it short, rebound tapped around, and Galliard comes down with it for Butler. Blue Dragons have left a lot of points out there inside the red paint here in Sam Butterfield Court. Ashley Singate hands off to Kinsey, or rather to Keegan Yarick. Here's Galliard into the paint. Pass back up top to Yarick. 5 to shoot. Yarick driving to her left with 2 to shoot. Green has it, has to get a shot up, throws up a prayer, and it goes wide left and out of bounds. Timeout, Mike Helmer with 2 clutch. You look at Kiki Smith and Haley Jackson. Those two
special players.
As clutch as they get. And they will eventually be inducted into the Blue Dragon Hall of Fame. The Quarterback Club Hall of Fame, which just had the induction ceremony, the latest class on Saturday. Here's Kamira Barber, drives in, missed the layup. She is slow to get up. Here comes Butler back the other way. Yarick up top to Galliard. Galliard hands off, Mayberry 3, good. And that is why it was so hurtful to see Kamira Barber slow to get up on the other side.
Butler took advantage of the 5-on-4.
54-50, 2 minutes to play. Now a timeout is called by John. Between these two programs, Blue Dragons lead the series 64 wins, 35 losses.
100th game between these two programs is an epic showdown.
And the men's, which we'll see here in a little bit, it'll be the 204th edition of the Blue Dragons and the Grizzlies.
Remember, women's basketball was a little bit late to the sports party. Aren't we glad it's arrived?
No doubt about that. Here's Whitney Brown. Going to her right, lobs it down low. Anthon catches and misses the bunny. Rebound, put back is good from Jada Wilson. Great weak side rebound from Wilson. She has 4 and Hutch down 2 with 95 seconds remaining.
Blue Dragons came out of the timeout and executed well.
Minute 30 to play, 54-52 Butler. Here's Ashley Singate. Near wing to Galliard. Now off to Mayberry, driving baseline. Mayberry, wraparound pass, nowhere to go with it. She drove into a swarm of Blue Dragon defenders. It's taken away. Here comes Brown in the front court. Whitney lobs an near side to Wilson, and timeout John Onches with 1:10 to G League guys back in.
Yeah, that is a mess. Hey, I just want to quickly send out our condolences to the Doug Rice family.
Yep.
Sports Arena isn't the same without Doug here. Born with spina bifida, in a wheelchair his entire life. One of the great Blue Dragon people here in Hutchinson, and we miss him.
Jaden Wilson on the left side. Back, Whitney Brown. Right wing 3, wide left. Barber trying to go for the rebound, and it's into the hands of the Grizzlies. Aaliyah Green with it, 55 seconds remaining. Hutch down 54-52. Mayberry to Galliard. Galliard dribbling to her left, flicks it off to Ashley Singate. Singate dribbling to her right, back up top to Green. Left side is Yarick, 10 to shoot. Yarick, left wing to Galliard. Galliard driving baseline, past the middle of the lane. Green catches, goes up, and rims out. Rebound, Jaden Wilson. 30 seconds to play. Hutch down 2.
Game on.
John Hodges will take his final timeout.
Given the fact that it's not like Butler with a player with 36 points tonight, you know it's going to her if the situation was reversed. Hutchinson, I think, will go to whatever set that they have the most confidence in because everybody on the floor is capable of scoring for the Dragons.
Jaden Wilson inbounds to Whitney Brown. Final 20 seconds. Hutchinson trailing 54-52. Anthon pass up top to Duncan. Katie near side pass deflected and taken away.
What a huge steal. Huge.
And again, that is just the third foul whistled on Hutch, so no free throws.
You have to gamble and go for steals as soon as possible. Coach Helmer's probably going to
as well.
Good to see a big Blue Dragon student section in attendance tonight. Students are back in action. Hutchinson Community College did have classes as usual today. A lot of schools around the state said not to have classes today.
Both of these institutions did. Butler also in session. So the sideline thrown in the front court for Butler, leading by 2, 54-52. Inbounds pass here from Ashley Singate. Inbounds here to Smith, and Smith is fouled. And Blue Dragons, let's see, Butler asking for an intentional foul on Kamira Barber. And Jason LaFasciano, Ryan Stewart going to get together. And if this is an intentional foul,
if they choose to review this, it could be bad for the Dragons because the contact did come up around the neck area, head and neck.
And we'll see. They're going to go look at it.
It'll be 2 shots by the player who was fouled.
That's correct.
They can't pick. Butler is not allowed to pick who shoots this one.
Which, again, I guess if you're looking at it percentage-wise, is Destin Smith, of course, makes the first. But out on the floor, she is the worst shooting by percentage-wise. Second free throw is good. Knocks down both.
Oh, she got them both.
That's a 4-point Butler lead with 13 seconds to play. And
so now the Dragons are going to have 2 possessions, so you almost just have to get a steal.
Hutch down 56-52, inbounds pass is there, and there's a steal or jump ball. We'll have a jump ball possession here to Hutch. 12.2 seconds remain.
All right, they still have some life.
Now you just got to get a quick bucket.
I really was surprised that Butler just didn't take a timeout when they couldn't find anybody to inbound it to. They had one left. Now you got to get this shot off quickly. You can't spend more than about 4 seconds before you get a shot.
Brown has it, crosses half court, 10 seconds to play. Hutch down 4. Brown to her right. Whitney off to Duncan. Up top, Anthon. 3 ball on the way for Noel. No good. Rebound, fought for. Put back is no good. And the Blue Dragons 2. Butler wins it. The 8th ranked